Okay, so today I'm going to do something a little odd where I'm going to actually try to study chess for basically the first time ever. Now, obviously, in the course of having played for a couple years, right, the last couple years on and off, like I've done, there's no doubt that I've learned certain things, but pretty much I've typically avoided everything. So I don't know even the best way to really do it. Like, everybody will have their own secret sauce. Like, maybe I should just do it that way. I'll go through one by one all the Google suggestions. Let's just do it like that. Or we could do like I'm feeling lucky. All this stuff ends up being stupid, but okay, puzzles I generally don't like. You know, openings are a big thing. People sometimes try to minimize it, but it does matter a lot more than people say, at least at a basic level. When better players hear openings, they think, oh, you must be studying every variation. But no, that's not the point. Studying them at a basic level so you don't lose in opening traps or, you know, get some sort of disadvantage that way is a much bigger deal than you realize, and so they do matter a lot, actually. Chessable. I was gonna almost use that chess. What's it called? Chess base, but it's pretty expensive. Reading books, like I could do an ASMR book reading fucking chess thing. Chess study plan. I'm just kind of seeing all the things that show up here, but Blitz bullet. The problem is there's nowhere for me to even play anymore with it, so I could just like play myself. What does it mean to study actively engages your brain? Let's study instead of let's chess. Repetition, study openings. Okay, let's look. Not even so much the latest, but like I don't even know what some of these openings are, to be honest with you. Right, like I wouldn't know based on the name what it even is. Okay, let's look at what it is. This is the queen's pawn, or at least that's what I would call it. I don't know. This aspect is so dumb. You could say, "Oh, just play a 960 then," which obviously I am a fan of variants, but a common idea by black: we almost never want to swap the bishop on d6. We never want to swap the bishop on d6. Wait, what? But then why would you go there? So we retreat the bishop to g3. What are you talking about? G3. What am I reading? How does that make any logical sense? What is it talking about? We retreat to G3. The way it said it makes it seem like black made the move because of that, but they're offering the trade, but it means it's white, I guess. We have developed all our pieces to go to central squares. See, like this in itself is weird. Isn't this like right move? You reach the end of this line. I don't understand what the whole value of playing like that would be, but let me try to do it from memory then. Don't show me what to do. Okay, well, playing against Stockfish, but does it have to be as this exact opening even, or what? What level of Stockfish is it gonna be? Like let's see how I would play this, but I don't know how good this Stockfish actually is. I just play in such a weird, you know, improvisational way. And some of the higher level things, like you might say, well, it's good to keep those things in mind, but they don't really matter to that extent because it's like, oh yeah, this would be important if you do the optimal line later on, right? To play this way or to do this thing, it would be important if you're doing the optimal line later. But you're not going to do the optimal line later because you don't know what it is and you're not that good. It's not like a defeatist thing, but it's sort of like, you know, some things only make sense or only have value if you're doing everything the absolute right way. So sometimes, even as much as I hate to say it, you could be thinking that, oh, you're learning the game the right way and you should do it for that reason. But that's actually typically bad because you can get trapped in there. Yeah, like what was the point of that? It's the case. See, it doesn't seem like they're even that good by this point, but my point is that it's like, oh yeah, learn this optimal way and structure to play, but then if you don't know how to play it the whole way, right, it doesn't really matter the way that you think. So that seems like an okay site. And it's kind of weird to complain about it in this day and age. You have so many good tools compared to just books, but then again, so does everybody else, and it's like there's no one size fits all thing that's gonna work for you. Here's where I sort of would start to falter. As much as I want to trade everything all the time, I'm not seeing anywhere that he's like getting an actual advantage, and I sort of am playing too fast too. You could like double take on here, but that wouldn't even work, but I guess I'll still do it. You go here. This is one area where I don't even try to compete with them in the sense of pawns. Like I don't typically do the whole pawn game, so whatever they're doing with them, I couldn't even tell you what it is. This seems like it would have been good, but it's not, because it would seem like you double take, but you're not really double taking. And so maybe I'll try to do the rarely seen triple stack, which doesn't seem like a good idea, but I mean, everything is just a trade, like literally. That would have been cute, but like everything I'm trying to do is just trade oriented. Oh, in fact, that's horrible because oh, okay. So that was the move that did it, but it seems sort of self-inflicted because I was able to because I was able to not really have to do it quite that way. So like I'll make it worse. The fact that they're double attacking this, best way out of this would be to threaten the queen, but I can't do it because I go here now. If they take with the rook, I'll give a check. Like, I don't typically like doing that, but okay, let's learn from that and see what should I do then in the course of a game. Don't do that trade that I'm doing just because I'm eager to do trades all the time, and just like back off a little bit. Now, if they do it, it's not a big deal, right? Or, okay, fine. I mean, this is the way maybe you should learn, is just focus on what you're struggling with. A lot of the other areas of the game I don't really mind, or I don't really care about. So I'll do this for a little bit. I didn't know what else I wanted to do. Whenever I do have a little time, I can never decide. I wanted to almost play that Strinova thing. I was trying to go by this list. I'll show you. I'll go by this list of the randomizer. Not that I really am going by that in a direct sense, but it's just something I wanted to follow. Like I did a list randomizer of 20 things, and now I can't find it. But it was a case where I got Marvel Rivals as the first one. Why does it look like such bad quality too? I don't get it. Why does it look so shitty? Yeah, it looks like the point is that I was about to play Marvel Rivals. You can even see the icon here, right? But what happened is you can even see the cursor that I had ready for it, and then I played Marvel Snap to kind of warm up for it. But like I was just about ready to play it anyway. I wanted to because it had been a while and I hadn't gotten around to it. And then I said, well, let me do a list randomizer and keep it on there. But then it happened to be the first one that I got, which is really crazy kind of luck. So if I wanted to go in order, I could look at these, but the video game anthology I've already started. Like it's not like I can only play them then, but the liminal spaces I already did pools. Like Emily wants to play was part of like the horror game gauntlet. Like I always introduce these formats and then I don't do them. I don't know if WoW Plus is even a thing. That's, I guess they sort of already did it with that hardcore. They sort of already did it with respect to, yeah, I'll look at maybe some of those. I'll look at it with respect to, what was I saying? Oh yeah, BitLife, something like that. Like which one of these have I never done in any form? Oh yeah, WoW Plus, like Season of Discovery was basically WoW Plus already, right? Where it's a different version of it with the same, like you get to play vanilla, but they're adding new abilities and changes and stuff like that. So Strinova I've never played. Square Off, obviously I was doing anyway. I was doing Arc 2 or 1.5, which I really shouldn't do that considering that I, you know, or if Avowed had come out, I would have already done that for my monthly new game first playthrough permadeath, where I was doing like you know, I started in November, so November and I just started them. I didn't go through them all the way, but November I did Slitterhead, right? First playthrough permadeath. Then December I did Indiana Jones. Then January sort of skipped, but I basically did Path of Exile 2, even though that came out in December. So I wouldn't mind doing Avowed here. The goal of that format is like every month I want to play one new game at least that just came out that month, either, you know, the beginning of the month, or I typically start doing it the middle of the month, whether it just came out or came out a couple weeks ago, but within that month. So I play it for the first time, do a first playthrough permadeath, probably on the highest difficulty, you know, all of that. If I die, it's over. I can't play it anymore. I have to uninstall. So it's kind of a monetary risk too. Like I would have just wasted $60 to do it, but once a month, whatever is fine. But the point is that I wanted to like not be a sequel, not be a remake, not a remaster, not a, you know, part of a series, not, you know, something that is indie or whatever. So it should be a AAA new title, just came out, something like that, that I would, which arguably Slitterhead maybe wasn't even AAA. It just kind of deceived me with the visuals that I thought it was. Yeah, out of these, I obviously played Rivals the one time. I didn't play number 2 at all. Number 3, I guess I'll count that I played Season of Discovery. Not that I can't still do these, but Anthology, obviously, I already started where I'm playing all the chess video games. I could make that as a different format too, like just playing like really old games that I've never played before, like in general, not even to do with chess, like just super old stuff. Square Off, I did obviously. Emily, I guess I won't even count that because that was part of the horror game. No, but those two are released. Okay, so Dranova's 1, Emily is 1, Arc 1.5 or 2, which is probably never going to come out as far as I know, or maybe I'm just not keeping up with it. But since the way that my Arc 1 thing ended, right, where I had X number of lives, and although I technically didn't fail it by that criteria, I said like I have 1 life per each spawn zone, but then again, I only decided that partway through. I don't like when I do these hybrid formats that are not clear. I should be clear from the beginning. BitLife, I think I maybe tried on my phone briefly. I don't know if you can even play it on PC. You should be able to. PC port just meant like a PC port of a game that I've never played on PC, like The Last of Us or Detroit, right? Something like that, or even Red Dead kind of goes hand in hand. That Bounty Hunter series could be amazing to do on here, actually, because I've always loved doing that on obviously PS3. I had no choice. I always loved that series, but it could be so much more involved and easy to do. Doing that setup is always uncomfortable, or I was just doing it on the Switch. I had just done that last year too, and I think it was around when it was coming out on PC, or it had already been on PC. So I even said, as I was doing that, I had no idea. I even said, oh, the Switch version might be the best version to play it on now, because the only other option would have been PS3 or 360, right? So that might be the best version, but little did I know it was actually on PC, and I had no idea. That's one of those rare instances of like a remake or remaster or re-release that was actually justified, because it was never on PC. So Red Dead 1. Roblox, we were doing the little mini-series. I've never played these games before. That's what I'll use as the title, because one of them that I play is even the Squid Game one, but it's like, you know, I've never played these games before, meaning the little mini games within Roblox, because I've never really played it at all. Dragon Ball could be one of these new ones like Sparking Zero, or it could be any of them really. Maybe even some. It'd be cool if like the older ones you could like play online somehow on PC. Like there's some sort of modding community behind it, I would imagine would be cool. But like the really old ones on older consoles, there were like these two sets, right? There was Budokai and then like Budokai Tenkaichi. The Budokai was like more stiff, where you couldn't like fly around the map very or it was meant to be like more zoomed in camera and more like a normal fighting game. But the Tenkaichi ones were really cool because it was more mobile. You could fly around the map, and there was a lot more of that going on, right? That's what I remember as the big distinction between them. The Budokai games aren't bad, but they're kind of more stiff. Right, with their movement, where it feels more like a Street Fighter, where you're not like flying around the map. You can do it to some extent, but it didn't feel as free or often that it would happen. Mods for just anything, I guess, which I don't typically do. Website Gauntlet was meant for the chess ones, but again, I could do it in some other form. Itch.io, the one I wanted to do, like just random games on there, or Flash games or whatever. GTA Online. It's sad because, you know, I rarely have much time, but then the few times when I do, I can never decide what to even do. right? Because I'm somebody who likes to have that like nesting mentality. Like I want to do it, commit to it. Like if I'm going to do something, I want to do it all the time. Otherwise, I don't want to bother. I don't want to just do it like once and then not be able to really immerse myself in it. GTA Online, social deduction stuff like Among Us or something, you know, like that Death Note game I was just doing, the new game permanent thing I was just talking about, Fortnite OG. I kind of wanted to try that too. I don't know if that's free or if you have to actually buy it. For some reason, I thought you had to buy it. Flex would be like stuff that's going offline soon. I had done that like all throughout 2023 and part of 24, where every week, like on Saturday, I would play stuff that I've never played before, and I made a priority to make it stuff that might be going offline soon, getting delisted. Liminal spaces ones, obviously I did pools. So what I was trying to say is like, which ones have I never done in any form? I guess I haven't done the OG, but I've obviously done that. I've done mods of some kind, but not very much. I guess BitLife could actually be kind of cool. Can you play like in a browser, or let's do a BitLife run where we play as a I or is this just like a simulator, or is this actually the game? Is this like their official thing, or I don't know if that's unblocked like to play it at school. I don't get it on PC. Emulator. Some people have the cursor, Chromebook to install it, play from Play Store. I don't want to use the emulator if, like, you know, I mean, it's a free game anyway, so it almost shouldn't matter, but wait, is this actually the, oh no, it's just a developer that has nothing to do with it, making some Cthulhu type games. I don't want to use that if that feels like, oh, that's not the official thing, but it shouldn't matter really. And what an icon that is too, like, okay, maybe we'll do that. I had the Strenova installed. But yeah, we'll do a BitLife run where we try to become a chess player. Like if it has that as an option. What an exciting phase. So let's do it this way. Like I'll play out like a normal game, and then if I make a mistake, I'll see what I should have done. Like, so what should I do here? That was not a good move, or this is the position, so like I don't need to really do anything. If they take here, now it comes down to some little, you know, weird thing that, oh man, like this is what I mean. I don't get, you get in these weird spots. Like whatever the situation was obviously pretty bad to allow myself to be in. And the question is, do I take or do I let them take? Because they could take, I could take, and then they can't still even take. So it would be actually kind of okay if I did that. And so I don't mind. Oh, okay. All right. I don't mind offering up the trade, but obviously I can't do it. Okay. I mean, I just can't. Like, I can't do that. I could offer the trade, or I can't offer the trade. I could take it. It doesn't seem like there's anywhere else that I can actually go. See, that's not like an issue of studying. It's like you're just not even thinking. You're not even trying. So if I take there, they could also take. So this whole position is extremely whoops, I didn't mean to take back the whole thing. That led to a very crushing position to be in. So let me play it out and see if it ends up the same way. So maybe going for like the double stack or something would be too greedy, that I shouldn't have even bothered doing that. Like everything should be done with more a sense of purpose. Like this, you're threatening a trade early. Now there shouldn't be a major downside of this move, and they're happy to do it. So now that simplifies things to an immense degree, where my chances went up exponentially now. And the reason why they did is because that makes it so much simpler for you, where now we could create a double stack with some level of impunity. You go here, but he's going to come like that. Damn it. There's just a lot of back and forth movement. Sometimes that's the best move, is just something that is like, you know, repetitious and not even really interesting. So he goes to here, we go to here. And if he pushed this, wouldn't that have been really good for him? I'm going to do a take back for Stockfish. If he had gone here, then if I take, you take the rook, so I can't do it. So I would have had to move the knight and then let you take that for free. So whatever that move was, I'm very confused by. Right, like, what was that? Why didn't you just go here? Here, you're threatening the knight and that. And if I take, then you take... Oh, no, never mind. Never mind, it's covered by the knight. Okay. So... my knight, that's exactly like, oh, now I'll move the knight, but then that'll create the exact same problem. So... these kind of positions become very difficult. Like, unless you really know what you're doing, I have no idea what to... everything's sort of hanging on a thread. Like, you don't need... well... this one's problematic because that push could happen. So if I move the knight, that happens. I almost want to do something like this, as weird as that seems. And if it doesn't create an opening for them, then I don't see the problem. They'll do an en passant, to which I could still respond. And so maybe that was actually the right move when they go back like that. But I could try to double stack. I'm kind of obsessed with this idea. And I don't know why. So now I can do a move like this, even as stupid as it seems, because if they take, I could double take. But they'll take that. Okay. I mean, again, the kind of mistakes I'm making are not very high level. It's just like, if I move that, they would take that. This is all basic stuff, but it becomes sort of second nature at a point. They're double attacking, so they keep like, see, doesn't this make me seem... well, anyway, it's like, I'm... okay. You seem better than you are when you're doing takebacks, but these aren't very advanced moves. So, like, I don't know how good this Stockfish level actually is. Right, like, what level is it playing at? It's not giving me any sort of feedback. But yeah, I can imagine reading a book, man. I should actually just start doing that and see how far I can go, but it's just so boring. I really hate it. I would have rather, like, I'll go to over the board stuff in real life and just take my time and calculate. And I can get to, like, almost 2,000 doing that if I really focus, which I never do, but that's the honest way. Like, I don't care about all this. It's stupid. It simplifies it, but you don't need to really do it. So they have a passed pawn for what that's worth, but I mean, it's relatively... I don't know how to do this. Sometimes it's just like there is no right move. It's just an impossible spot to be in. Like, really, what? There's nothing that you can do. You'd almost rather threaten something yourself, but... you'll take there, or now you choose to go somewhere else. Now, this must be really good, otherwise you wouldn't have done it. Now you'll take a pawn here and fork, or it didn't have to be. It didn't have to be that at all. It could just be this. Or, oh, okay, it's an effective, like, fork into a fork. It's a fork into the fact that you'll fork there. Okay, dude. These are all, like, simple one-move calculation things that it's doing, though, so I don't know. I just like seeing this. Like, what are actually the best... study chess on your own by buying a product from somebody else. Like, what the fuck? Chess study podcast. It's just so annoying, but I guess I should show it, demonstrate it to people. But I don't like that as an argument that people would sometimes use as a credibility or framing, like, oh, well, you're not good at it, so that's why blank. But it's like, if I lay out the process and say, okay, in order to be good at something, you have to do it for, forget about just chess, like even anything, right? Some field of study, some job, some work, you know, medical field, law, whatever. It would take you 20 years of rigorous study and, you know, repetition to be good at it or get to a decent level. That doesn't mean whether you could or couldn't do it or exactly where you would land when you do it. That just means that's what it would take generally, right? So it's not an insult or anything to say that, like, oh, you're not even good at it, but you know what it would take to get good at it, and so it's a choice. Like, do you want to do that? So that's why, like, by that logic, nobody can comment or have an opinion or do anything on any subject that they're not an expert at. And if you use that, then even so, take like Magnus, for example. If Magnus says something about some other sport or some other anything, right? Oh, but if he criticizes food, oh, he has to be a master chef to criticize it, or something else. Like, you can have opinion or observation about something without that. So, because otherwise you're limiting yourself, then you can only be valued in only the area that you've spent 20 years doing. But then in doing those 20 years, you wouldn't have any credibility anywhere else. I don't know. It's hard to even know because, like, again, the whole one size fits all fallacy is like you the one size fits all fallacy is the fact that you don't even know what your strengths and weaknesses are or what your style of play is. So how could you even decide that, you know, what it is that you would want to do? Like, let me look at the King's Indian, since that's something I actually play. Right, this comes very intuitively to me. Let me see how they do it. Yeah, I never do that. I never ever do that. I always do this, then I do this. So pretty much that I have the first line right, except for this move, which I don't think there's a big deal. You could always do it after, or I guess there's a reason why. Because if they, but see, they could still do it. They could push. I could take, right, because it's to stop that push, but it doesn't really even stop it. Put this here. Now I feel like that's something I never do. Because let me do it again. Yeah, this one I have pretty ingrained in my memory. But what's ironic about it is it's the sort of thing I would have done anyway. Like with this, not with that pawn movement, but with you know, just try to move pieces as minimally as possible. I should have that as a, what was it? Like, I made a joke on the Brett Favre thing. You can take a knee and try a 56-yard field goal. Yeah, this one. Right, so we take this. Right, take this line, and I totally changed it around to fit with chess. This is a funny title. So it's like, why would you even pawn or queenside castling? You can make 3 moves and play the King's Indian. This isn't a chess, man. This is chess.com. So it's like, you could make those 3 simplest moves possible. So I won't say I did that exact thing necessarily all the time before even knowing what it was, but like, that's basically what I would do. Like, let me try to minimize my movements, do as little as possible, try to cancel as quickly as possible, right? Now this one doesn't make a whole lot of sense because they would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. Or you know what one source of discomfort for me often is whenever I have to rely on the knight, because it feels like so awkward and easy to push out. That can be very difficult to value. Tactic, yeah, call them tactic instead of a puzzle to make me actually want to do it. Tactic 1650. Why did it like reset there? Did I take too long? I don't see anything really too crazy with this, but I could take the knight and then attack the, like, you'd have to consider the whole material. It could just be this, so like, oh, I'm protecting the knight and taking the knight at the same time. Right, then they have to address it and then I have time to move it, but it's not like it's really a big deal either. Like, I'm just not seeing what it is that I don't remotely get it. I don't know notation either, so it takes me a while. Bishop b5. b5. What? A to b5. I don't even know what. A to b5. What are you talking about? I don't understand even what it's saying. Okay, bishop b5. So A captures on b5. A. What is A? What do you... What? Queen d4. I think it's bugging out. What the fuck? Yeah, this is, you need a tactic. We need Magnus over here. Call up Magnus for this one. I can't figure it out. It could be the site's bugging out, but that one I swear wasn't super clear. I don't know. I'll just keep getting bored is the problem. Like, I don't really want to do it, or I would want to do it like overnight. I would say my general prognostication, though, like my pink flamingo thing worked pretty well. Like, you can't argue with the results, even though I would have liked to have gotten a little farther. The reality is, I guess I'm just not the person to do it, but for some of these, you know, will charge you for it, obviously, so I'm not going to do that. The internet's chess teacher. Oh, God. Aim chess. Why is it so slow? But yeah, I don't know. This is kind of boring already. Like, I can't even handle it for aim chess. And I think some of these, they get annoyed if you do them on stream. Like, they wouldn't want you to show them, even if I was willing to do it. The one that doesn't seem to mind, I guess, is probably chess base, but I don't know what else. You know, the engine could probably do it for you. Like, play against Stockfish. Why has it got to be this one, though? Isn't there a better place to... Only thing with this is the level. Why is it Stockfish 10 when I... You know, not that it really matters, but... Like, I can't beat that anyway, but... Just for it to tell me that, okay, I did this wrong, and then I can just... Like, where along the line does it go wrong, is my question. Right, this is how I normally play. I might have done the knight move. Look how long he's taking. And this might, oh, this is going to teach me the wrong way because I, you know, because I basically, you know, oh, this isn't going to be the up-to-date lines of modern Stockfish, but game score is now not favoring me, so maybe that wasn't the best move. But the knight comes out to here, you go to here. I can't even really tell all the feedback it's trying to give me, but best move. Or that's not even what I meant to do, but okay. I don't know. I don't see how this entirely helps you. It's just kind of like, I'll wait till I make a mistake and see in what way that mistake was made. And I think the sad part about it is sort of the way that I would be sort of bored and lazy. Like, again, not an excuse, but it helps to explain it, where I would feel like if I really sat there and thought it through and used all my time, I would be pretty unbeatable, at least at the level that I was playing at, right, against 17s or whatever on the chess. And so my point is, for whatever that means, it's to show that you know, so much of it comes down to that. Like, if I was actually to take my time and to do it that way, where, you know, that's the biggest component. It's not about anything else. It's just straight up, if you take your time and think about what you're doing. This doesn't seem very impressive from the engine's perspective, because I feel like, I don't know, it just feels pretty ordinary. They would take, I would take, they would take, I would still take. No, that Red Dead is actually pretty tempting as far as the, oh, that's stupid though. That's just for free. But what would at least happen that could be good is the fact that you pin this down, thereby allowing you to do something else, which I don't know exactly, but if they move this further, I could still go here, or I could go Okay, I could just take. See, sometimes I do that a little too uncritically. Maybe the whole reason why they offer the trade is because, it benefits me otherwise. If, okay, they could take their. So I'm like that though. We're all. It could hurt me. It could benefit me. It could be about the same. I still have a bias to trade all the time. So they're double threatening there, triple threatening. I guess that. Wait, they're letting me. How? How are they letting me do that? You know what I was thinking of doing as like some other weird little series of games? I could do like a sports anthology, like where I go through all old sports games and play each one. So I lose a game, or like just these obscure ones that I don't even. Well, not even obscure, but like they would take, I would take, they would take. It'd have to be like this, where see, like I don't know. They would take, I would take, and then they would take, but I would need another take. I'll try to maybe bait the trade they'll take here, I bet. Their position doesn't actually seem all that good, though. Like, I don't know. That maybe even hurt me. I might have been better off because their king hasn't castle. Then I could have tried to do an attack, but those moments are sometimes futile. They're taking longer than me, all things considered, because I somehow... Like, am I actually beating Stockfish 10? Not that 10 is even probably that good, but... This position actually... No, it's probably worse than what I think, but... It just seemed kind of cute because... Whatever, it's a reasonable position to be in, honestly. But of course, even if I was winning, I'll miss it because I'm a clown like that. Or, you could at least play it as if for a draw at this point. So you try, we'll attack this. Watch out for the light square bishop. They can't target this again. It's the development of the rook that's struggling. I can't tell how good this actually is. What is Stockfish 10? Stockfish 10 unbeatable. What is the elo of Stockfish 10? What are you talking about? Or what is it saying there? It's trying to undercut what I thought was happening. I don't know which one I chose though. I thought it was... It's not even showing me properly. I mean, obviously it's not the best iteration of it, I guess, but... They go here. They can't even take back. But yeah, the accuracy of the game would speak for itself. It seemed actually decent. You're threatening there. I could not do that. They're doing that almost as a filler move. And so it makes me wonder. We could go here, double attack this, which they couldn't possibly save. The only problem is that they're then able to take mine. Which maybe I will allow that then, but it's a case where why would it take them that long to even figure that out? Now, this could be a very bad move, but they would take, I would take, and then they can't take. You can mess up my pawns in a certain way. There's no need to make a move like that, but it's one of my greedy, trained, fiendy type of moves. Right, where I'm just always trying to offer it up, and I'd feel very comfortable with this, though, even though these pawns are split. Right, like if you get to this stage, it feels like a moral triumph, first of all, assuming the opponent's better. I really don't know which one I was playing against, though. Like what level it's supposed to be playing at. When you accept those kind of trades, yeah, I really don't know how good this one actually is. We'll go here, and of course I can't take it, but I'm going to now get destroyed in the endgame, or they're going to take this. Which, in a way, that was a mistake, because now I can go here at least to cover it, whereas before it didn't seem like I could do it. So, if they abandon this side, they're in... Well, they're letting me take that, which could have a certain value, but my king is close enough to maybe make something happen there. That was a major mistake that I didn't have to do. But I can't pursue it with the king, but I can maybe flex these two together and see what their king can do to stop it. Right, so now they have 3 connected pass pawns there. I don't know how I allowed that to happen, but the likelihood of me stopping that is 0%. They could actually do that, which is weird. They could double take it, but they've got to make up their mind as far as which one they want to do. They're going to show that they're an opening or an endgame master and do it that way. Like, really? The game was pretty even. I actually did pretty well. And then now they're going to destroy me. Come on. This is so stupid. So this is what the part where you need to study. They've successfully blocked this in where I can't move it. Like, what is this, dude? Are you serious? So this one excels at the end game only. Made in 10. I guess I'm not even looking at that, but... Okay, bro. I can't get out of there. I mean, that was such a brilliant thing that they did. There's nothing I can do. Right, like they just trap me in there where my bishop can't leave. Not that it's going to get taken, but it just can't move. It could still be a draw, though. Threefold repetition. Why is it saying mate in 10, though? Mate in 7. What are you talking about, mate? What would that be about? Just the pawns? Mate in 2. Mate in 7. I'm so confused. I mean, they can obviously just promote. They come down to there. I mean, look, dude. So in the end game, they went God mode, even though I played that to a standstill. So maybe it is better than what I thought, or I don't know. Can almost try to promote, but his king is too close. Look at me getting BM'd by the fucking engine. Could you tell me, like, maybe what the difficulty was? Advanced 1800, that's what it was? Which I feel like I could beat that anytime, but... Strong Master, I am to Grandmaster. What about Super Grandmaster? And even the engine is confusing with that too, because it goes well beyond. So you could say, okay, Grandmaster, but then Super Grandmaster, but then better than Super Grandmaster, and then way better than Super Grandmaster, because it does go that far. Like, it's just so boring. Like, I'm the guy to maybe try to make it into something more, but I just can't. I don't know what to tell you. I need some way to really test it in a real over-the-board sense. Otherwise, I won't be satisfied. I can accept that some of these people online are obviously better than me. Fine, I'm not trying to prove anything, but, you know, it doesn't matter. Like, I'm not... New game. Okay, let's do this, which I think I said I was going to do last time. Let's go level by level until I lose to one of them. Right, so clearly... Like, at what point am I actually calculating in the game, though? That's my question. Like, am I actually thinking about it? Am I actually putting forth any effort? I would just love to see what that's like. Like, go to an over-the-board tournament. They could have done this, right? What would I have done then? They could have literally done this. I can't take it. They would take this. Like, I already am seeing my own mistake. That's the funny thing, though. I end up being like, I am the engine because I... Now, that's not actually a pin, but I'll still do it. I'm very trade eager, and you have the ability to just keep doing it. You go here. If you go here, this knight is no use to me. I'd like to do that, but it doesn't seem like a good idea. Because now you can't deal with that pawn very well. I'm breaking the touch move rule in terms of, oh, shit. What? Or yeah, this is my mistake too, is that I end up playing too fast with that, you know? With respect to the I get sort of comfortable and then I sort of play too fast. Right, just because I am better, you still have to put forth a certain amount of effort to do it. I give them sort of implied time odds, and of course they're gonna take as long as they want because they're just a fucking engine anyway. Like, we take. Look at them just fall apart. Ah, fuck. Or no, it's fine. Yeah, what is this whole desire to play so fucking fast all the time? You can't do that. I keep breaking the touch move rule, or so it seems. They take. Now they could tear up some of my pawns for sure. I don't know exactly how to deal with this. We're double attacking there. They give a check. They can't move that now, so I could leave it, and then I could try to... Wait, what? You can threaten there. It's pretty close to a mate, probably. I'm too lazy to think about it, though. You check here. You take here. You go here. Go here. Give another check. Or I didn't mean to do that. Go here. Octopus Knight position. Check again. Check again. Go here. Check again there. Check again there. Check there into at least a trade. And then check there. I mean, this is obviously over, so that's fine. But there was still a scare of a moment with respect to even how stupid that move was. But there was a scare with respect to the fact that there was a scare, and the scare was the fact that I was moving so fast that could be potentially a problem. White wins. Okay, so now we upgrade to the next one. Right, maybe I should play as white all the time, or I should just alternate. So either I win or I draw, and I should move on to the next one. I think I was just trying to do this like the other day too, and this isn't really instructive at all. But I'm almost curious to try to do that. So maybe I'll try that. I'll do like a bit life thing, and then I'll do this Strinova. I want to see if I can make that, or even just to play it in general, but... Yeah, let's do this until I lose a game. Might be sooner than you think, but let's do our little cheeky opening. It sort of lags a little bit with some of this. You cover this, you go here, like look at this, I'm playing like bullet speed. Clearly clicking speed is the most important thing in chess, even though in real actual chess you wouldn't even have to worry about that. Because you know, you're physically moving the shit on the board. There's something weird about the whole online scene that I don't like. I'm not gonna be like Kramnik or something, but I am saying like it's weird. If I go here, it creates a problem. I don't really see. I don't know. I don't like the way that this is going. If I raise this, they could take. It messes up the structure, I feel like, too much. This pawn, I don't really see where it wants to go. Like, this move is actually kind of baffling. I don't have any clear agenda for it. They attack the queen with that, but I don't see the whole meaning behind it. It didn't really do anything. They don't seem to want to trade. And so I feel like they're letting me have this where they can't castle at least. So I would like to somehow just... I would like to... I would like to move this, I guess, even though I can't really vouch for that move too much. I could go here, which is a little bit odd. That'd at least force a trade. They don't have anything else in the vicinity to be relevant here. They could have took that, I guess, which I wasn't even thinking about. You have the light square bishop there. You have this here. They would take, I would take... I don't know. I kind of want to do something with this pawn, but I can't figure out what it is. Right, they were gonna do some nasty en passant or some shit. They're not really doing anything very threatening, but I might just trade this. I'm sick of it. Which maybe is not a very good trade, but I'll still do it. You're threatening the pawn there. They come like this. I go. You go here. You go here. Try to bait the trade. They don't do it. Take. And then I go here. I don't know what I'm doing, but whatever. I'm surviving. And one of the things I want to do is I want to. Okay, fine. They go here, which is always a cheeky back and forth sequence that they can keep doing this shit over and over. I'll take here. And then I can take here. One of these I'm going to make a mistake because I'm moving too fast, but I'm not seeing exactly when that's happening. Like, why did they seem worse in this form than in the other one? Can't give a check there. You could, wait, why can't I just take that? Yeah, this one actually seems worse than the first one. I don't get it. Maybe I'm just not much better as black than as white. So this is still covering here. You still can't give a check there. What happened? Wait, what? Okay, we gave up that key pawn, or I don't know what happened. You take here. This pawn is actually a little bit dangerous. I won't deny it. But as long as you let me do a trade like that, that's devastating for you. So you go here, and you can just go all the way. Take. You can put the king in such a way that it doesn't matter. You still have a place to go. Oh. No way, bro. Okay. Okay, dude. I mean, it's just a boredom fact. I don't care. Just a boredom factor. I'm so stunned by that. They don't even have to move the king ever. Maybe still get a draw out of it. I'm not even. I don't even get that. Like, it's still fine. But I mean, I was winning. Only if I lose do I feel like I'm going to see like even level 10, 2700 elo. But what about the ones that are like 3500 or 4000 elo? Where I guess I'll alternate. They do that. Pretty basic sequence. And you go here. And maybe this is more of a true test without the variables of okay, fine. Without the variables of people, like subjectively, the engine is going to be sort of more of a constant. I mean, I blundered a bishop early. Obviously, it's fine. And they blundered. No, they didn't. I was almost hoping that, but they hit this. I go here, double hit it. I could hit this, and then what would happen? Oh. Fuck. I don't know why I'm trying to play so fast. Okay, whatever, dude. Let me maybe try that, and then I'll do something with that. I wanted to see something more with this, but I can't bring myself. I keep saying, I've said that a number of times, like, oh, I'll actually try to study, or I'll actually look at something, but then I'm too bored. Okay, let me try to see what it would be like. I don't know exactly why I'm even doing this, but I haven't used this since playing PvZ Hero. Should I stop in with it just to check it out? Even though I lost my whole collection with it. I did like a whole mobile game gauntlet on here where I remember seeing this thing back in the day and thinking it was some sort of virus shit that had like all ads and stuff, and maybe it was like that, but um, right, that I never wanted to use it for that reason, but then it turned out to have a pretty good reputation actually. We could look at BitLife. I think I already had it on here too. I had the Queen's Gambit game. Maybe I should look at PvZ Heroes just out of curiosity. So like it'd be my still same account, but I wouldn't have any cards. Still better than Marvel Snap, by the way. New update available. Imagine if they actually added a new expansion or something. Right, like I play it for over a year and it's in the same defunct state where it hasn't had an update in a long time. And then you go ahead and you add one when I'm gone. Let me look for BitLife. Life Simulator. I don't think I've ever really played it, but we should do a permadeath run of BitLife and then, you know, try to become a chess player in that. It'd be funny if that's a career path, or you have to like buy for extra certain options. Gladiator Manager. Suzerain. Wasn't that like an actual game? Like an indie game on PC? I doubt it's the same one. Pokemon TCG Pocket. Just like a simulator. Card opening simulator. We tried Clash Royale. We tried Monopoly Go. Some of those can be fun if you actually buy virtual land. What is this? Entropia Universe or something? Did I even play that? Or I think I did, but I didn't get to any of the parts that would have been really a big deal. Wait, before I do that, let me actually see if I can't update this shit here. I'm very curious to see if something major would be different. Where is it? Okay, PvZ Heroes update. It's amazing how long this has stayed around too, because yeah, that's my unironic take actually, and I never thought I'd say it, but Plants vs. Zombies Heroes, a casual, abandoned card game that didn't have a ton of active development, not a ton of cards, very limited for soccer moms, you know, kind of that casual base, mobile exclusive, is actually a better end product than Marvel Snap. Now, you could say it's had more years in existence, but it also didn't have the same sort of backing or support with respect to, like, let me compare it directly. It has 4.5 stars on 88k reviews and 50 million plus downloads. Look at Marvel Snap, which of course is on PC, but still. Marvel Snap has only 10 million, but again, in a shorter span of time, 4.4 stars, 25k reviews. Yeah, it's sad to make that comparison because of the IP and backing behind it, where, you know, the PvZ series has a certain power to it, don't get me wrong, but it just feels like a missed opportunity. I shouldn't be making that comparison. You should be comparing it to Magic or... But no, I wonder what this is going to be. I'm probably not going to actually play it, but I just wanted to see what could be different. This is nostalgic. We got the little magic mushroom, which I would say I already have that, or I already got that, but I don't even have my banners ready anymore. Oh, look at that, dude. Shit. These people are still into it. Let's see if anybody's a rank 50, but I mean, the point is, I guess I could do another little series on this, which I probably won't do. I got to do Duelist too, but it's this will be the first time I've been online since I failed that challenge. So I didn't delete my account as much as I just want to see if they would have added like a new card or something. How would I even know that offhand? Or like if they added new packs. I highly doubt they would have, but Rose Hero Pack, Infinity Pack, Wall Knight Pack, Infinity Pack, Triassic Triumph, Colossal, Galactic Gardens. These were the same ones from before. So yeah, I mean, if you want to play a card game and you don't like Marvel Snap, try this. Or even if you do like Marvel Snap, like, let me try to think at least what were the, yeah, too few cards. No shit, because I had to disenchant all of them. I would have thought, like, you know, what is really different? The bad part here is the block meter. The good thing is, like, it doesn't last a mandatory set number of turns, and also the fact that, like, I'm literally just gonna use this to roast Marvel Snap. It doesn't have a fixed number of turns. It doesn't have to end in 6 turns every game. It might end in a relatively short amount of time, but that's just because it's a casual game. That's fine, right? Just like Marvel Snap. But yeah, it doesn't have a fixed number of turns. It has 5 lanes instead of 3. It is still an auto battler, but you get to choose at least more active attacks going on with respect to there's other tricks instead of just only minions, right? So let me try to lay it out in one succession. Like, this game can last any number of turns. It doesn't have to only end in a mandatory 6-turn limit. It has basically the same number of cards, so that's an equalizing point. It has more lanes to worry about, the environments to worry about, although that has environments too that I guess change every game, but at least here they're fixed and set, like where one's the roof, the ramp kind of thing. Not really the roof, it's like a ramp, and then the water, the pool. And then it also has, again, tricks, whereas that one doesn't. And then they're both auto battlers, but it feels still more active because at least trading is going on the board with minions, whereas in that game, there's not. So there's like 3 layers to that of board control. Like a game like Hearthstone, where it would let you trade in actively and you get to choose it. A game like this, where at least you play it in the lane and then they auto battle in that lane. And then finally the one where, like Marvel Snap, where it's totally non-interactive, where it would just be there's no attacking at all, right? You're not even attacking into minions, you just use their effects. Like, it's about as simple and cut down of a thing. This icon looks different. They just keep making a minor cosmetic change like that. What are you, like Apple with the iPhone? We added this new button here to, oh shit, like you have to watch, oh god, you have to watch an ad to re-roll your, are you serious? You have to watch an ad to re-roll your daily quest. Okay, but I'm not actually going to play it, but again, it was a good game. I certainly gave it its flowers. And again, even if I had succeeded at that rank 50 permadeath challenge, I would have still probably stopped playing. I think that was an adequate, you know, good full series on it that I did. But yeah, let's look at this briefly, and then I will maybe look at that Stranova thing. I didn't really know what I wanted to do here, but